It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning, everybody out there on this rainy morning. We're on the morning show, and I'm here with Scooty Patootie.
Whoop, whoop. Another rainy morning.
Another raindrops are falling on my head.
It looks like we've got rain for a while. I mean, it's off and on, but...
as long as it doesn't just come in floods.
Yeah.
You know, a little rain, and then it dries out, and then a little rain dries out.
We'll be begging. I'm not saying anything because we're going to be begging for rain here in a couple months. We'll be begging for a drop, so I'm just happy with whatever happens. So.
This is true. Well, it's raining right now.
It is, and yesterday was raining in the morning, but like we were talking earlier, yesterday afternoon turned out to be a beautiful.
Great day. Went over to Bull Shoals Lake and took a walk and had some good food and fed some fish and turtles and stuff.
That's cool.
Good afternoon.
That is awesome.
So lots of people were out on the lake, and I just love, when the weather gets warmer and the lakes are buzzing with activity.
The lakes will be buzzing now. Once it gets Memorial Day, seems to be the start of that tourist season.
But the lake obviously was still down, but it was kind of nice for it to be down and not have the flood waters. I mean, I'm just going to be honest about that.
Got it.
It's nice to be able to get out and walk around without...
They've done a great job of keeping the lakes down right now. Of course, now that they're down, they're only able to do like minimum flow, so the river makes it a little tough because it's been really shallow. You have to know the river to run a boat in it, but...
Yep.
It is what it is. You got to be happy with what you got. So.
That's true. You got to take whatever comes our way. So at least it's not serious weather, severe weather.
No.
So.
No, I can take that.
So what's new in Scooty's world?
Well, see, I was just about to ask you about Karen's world, Scooty's world. So ain't nothing new here. Nothing happens.
Well, it's a big day today.
Oh, it is.
May 28th. Yeah, big day. It's National Hamburger Day.
It's a big day.
It is a big day. At my house, we love hamburgers.
Well, now we know what's for dinner.
Yeah, it's what's for dinner. I love hamburgers, a good burger.
Now are you, all right, so we're going to get into burgers.
Okay.
Are you the big, thick patty, I'm eating a hamburger burger, or are you the flat, what do they call, smash burger type
Smash burger? It depends. If I'm at home and we're charcoaling, I'm a big, thicker burger. If we're at a restaurant, I like the thinner patties, like the smash burger.
Do you?
What about you?
I can eat a smash burger every now and then. I will prefer a big, thick patty. If it's a good burger, I would prefer a big, thick patty.
Yes, I kind of figured you were going to say that. I mean, just knowing you. But okay, so here's a question.
Okay.
What do you eat on your burger? Do you eat like the works, like everything? What do you
No,
like?
I'm not an onion and tomato fan.
Oh,
I like grilled onions. I don't like raw.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Pat's a little bit that way too.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a big raw onion fan of my burgers, but no tomatoes. But other than that, I'm good with about anything else. But
do you use mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup, or just some of it?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right. You know, it's interesting. I like onions and pickles, and I'll eat lettuce if it's leaf lettuce. I don't like shredded lettuce.
Gotcha.
And tomato, I can go either way on. I don't mind a tomato if it stays on the burger.
Yeah,
a lot of
see
times
that.
it slides off, and I don't like that. Do you like cheese?
Yes.
Cheese on your burger? Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely cheese.
And it just depends, on what cheese. But yeah, I usually going to have some kind of cheese on my burger, you know. If I'm in the mood, I'll do pepper jack.
Oh. See, we like Colby or cheddar.
Colby and cheddar.
Yeah. And then growing up, I used to just like mustard. No mayonnaise. Definitely no ketchup. To me, ketchup makes it soggy or something. I don't know. It's just it's a mindset. But I didn't like mayonnaise growing up, but now I like mayonnaise, so I do mustard and mayonnaise.
Okay.
So we need to get out and have some. We can't grill today, though, outside, unless you have an awning over your patio or deck, I guess.
I got one of those indoor electric ones I can use for days like this.
Yes, we do too. So who knows?
See, you could do burgers.
We could do burgers today.
My wife, man, when she makes burgers, they're probably over half pound. I mean, they're massive. She makes massive patties, and they are so good. Because we add a lot of stuff into our meat to make it better.
So I'm curious, what do you add in your meat?
Okay, so we put a little bit of breadcrumbs in it.
Oh, okay.
And you do that to keep them from drying out.
Yes,
It'll absorb the moisture inside.
Okay.
And then you got to put an egg in, get it all binded together.
Oh, okay.
A little Worcestershire sauce, just a bunch of little things.
Okay. Are you listening?
Some milk. Milk helps break down makes it soft. The meat tenderizes the meat.
Well, are you listening to that, Pat McKay? Pat makes,
I can send you a list of
yes. Now,
what I call the perfect burger. Now, it may not be yours, but they're so juicy on the inside.
Pat makes the best burgers I've ever eaten. He does.
Awesome.
But he just marinates.
I wouldn't know, Pat.
This is true. Well, it sounds like Amanda does yours just the way you like them.
There you go.
But Pat marinates the meat in Dale's, which is, I think, kind of like a Worcestershire sauce, blah, blah.
Yep.
Worcestershire sauce. Anyway, and it flavors the meat so good. And what's the other thing? So he does that. And then I was going to ask you something else about the burger. And, how do you like them cooked? Rare or medium rare?
Medium rare, probably.
Now, my mother...
I don't want any blood or any... it's got to be...
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Growing up, our burgers were always well done, because if my mom bit into a burger and there was any pink, it was like, oh, no, I can't eat this.
I like a little pink.
But I like medium well now.
Yeah.
Medium well. No raw stuff going on.
I can't do the raw. It's got to be... I don't mind the pink, but I can't do the raw.
Yeah. No blood. No,
God, no.
So
not on a burger.
No, not on a burger. So everybody, get your recipes out and make yourself a burger today in honor of National Hamburger Day. Now here's
I may do a deer burger tonight.
Oh, okay.
When we do deer meat, we grind our own.
Oh,
you know, the grind up meat. And then I use hickory smoked bacon and run it through the grinder, and I do 3 parts of deer meat to 1 part of hickory smoked bacon. Mix that together. That way it's got enough fat that it's really good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh, and the flavor's amazing.
Well, here's a fun fact about hamburgers. I just want to throw this out before we go on. The world's largest hamburger was 2,566 pounds and 9 ounces.
It's a big burger.
And it was made in Pilsting, Germany. I guess that's how you say that, Germany.
Okay.
In July of 2017. That's a big burger.
That is a big burger.
That is huge. I don't even know that. It must have been celebration of some sort. I don't know. But there's controversy around the origin of the hamburger. But it most likely appeared somewhere in the 1800s or early 1900s. So, but anyway, it's a culinary icon.
There you go. I agree with that.
And it is that time, to get out and grill. So when the rain stops, or if you have an indoor grill yourself a burger or fry it up in the skillet. Just
yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy. All right, well, on that note, I could sit here and talk all day about hamburgers because I love burgers. They're one of my favorite foods, actually. So, but anyway,
we're going to get started.
We've got to get started.
We've got a guest waiting, chomping at the bits.
And her mouth is probably watering now. She wants a burger.
Talking about burgers.
I know. So, all right. Well, this morning, our morning prayer is brought to us by Hospice of the Ozarks. And, they have the hospice house over behind the hospital. And they provide home hospice services, not for profit, for sure. And, they take you no matter your ability to pay. They They will, they're not for profit, and they will work something out with you. And they always need volunteers. So if you're looking at volunteering your time somewhere, that is a great cause. But if you're looking at more information on their services, everything they have to offer, any resources, or if you just want to talk to them about volunteering, you can give them a call at 870-508-1771, and they will be happy to talk with you about whatever your needs are. So we appreciate them. So let's bow our heads for the morning prayer. And Heavenly Father, we thank you for this rain that you are giving us this morning and keeping everything green. And we just thank you for the beauty of our surroundings, of this area that we live in. We thank you for your love and your forgiveness and the ability to wake up and live each day to the fullness of your will for our lives. And we ask that you forgive us of our sins and our trespasses. Help us to be kind to one another today and to see others through your eyes. And protect us as we go throughout our days. Watch over our military and our government leaders at every level of government, and just watch over our family, our friends, and all of our neighbors, our communities, and help us to, above all, live our lives for you and give all glory and honor to you. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, we're going to take a, do you want to do a...
We'll do a quick break.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more of the morning show.
Hi, I'm Bob Zador of the Z Team. I'd like to share something with you. Our team didn't need to reach everyone to be considered successful. We only needed the power of one. One person who was delighted with the way they were treated, helping them to reach their real estate goals. One person who told another person who told another, and so on. So if you're ready to buy or sell real estate, the Z Team would like to be your one. Give us a call. 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home.
Oh, we're back. We were just talking about
burgers
again at the break, and we're back already. So we're going to talk about the weather, brought to us by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador over there at Century 21 Lemac Realtors. And what do you think they're doing this morning? You think they're out on their deck watching the rain come down?
They may be watching through the window this morning.
They may be having their morning coffee. And if you want to, if you are interested in buying or selling, or you're just interested in what you might want to do in the real estate market, give them a call, because they are licensed in Missouri and Arkansas, and they are your go-to people for real estate here in this area. And if you're here visiting and you're looking to relocate, or you want some vacation property or anything like that,
they are the ones to call.
They are the ones to call. They know this community well. They relocated here many years ago themselves, and you can reach them at 870-405-0793, or you can go to their website at retiredarkansas.net, and you can take a look at all of their accolades, all of their awards, most of them for customer service, which they pride themselves in. You can also check out the MLS listings at retiredarkansas.net. And let's take a look, shall we, at the cameras this morning.
Yeah, okay. You can see it's raining out there.
You can see some rain, but it sure doesn't
There is a boat, a Die Hard, right down at the bottom of the water.
Oh, I see that.
That is a little white boat right there in the Die Hard rain.
And it
that's somebody wanting to fish.
That's somebody that is like, I'm fishing no matter what is going on. Unless there's a tornado coming down that river. Now, and it doesn't even look like, does it look like they have a cover on their boat?
Nope.
Well, I bet they're getting
Very
wet.
seldom do you see them on river boats, but I mean, they make them.
True.
But
that's true. I guess that is true.
I'll be darned.
But they don't look like they're in a hurry, do they?
No, well, they're floating. What they do is they go up water, and then they just drift back with the current, and that's when you start fishing, and then they go back up, and you drift back.
I bet they've got their rain gear on, though, don't you? Well,
that's funny.
We wish them good luck out there. 'Cause
I would imagine it's probably a guide boat, and somebody paid to have this trip, and they're going fishing one way or another.
Hey, I've been there. Have you?
Yep.
I've been there. You look at, you get all excited to get out there on the river or the lake or wherever you're fishing, and then you wake up and it's like, really?
Yeah.
So, well, good luck to them. They'll probably catch some fish anyway,
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
There's no doubt.
So, but yeah, it's funny. It doesn't look like it's raining. Just through the camera lens, it doesn't look like it's raining as hard as it's raining here, but
yeah, and it kind of looks a little darker on the Mountain Home side. If you look to the right of the screen, that's
true.
Headed over to Mountain Home. So
it's still such a clear picture, though.
It is.
So, well, while we're gazing upon the cloudy morning of see there, look how green everything is there. Isn't that nice? I love the green because then as we near toward August, it goes from dark green and lush to brown. So, all right, let's talk about some, you can really see the rain there on the river.
Really see the boat.
And here they come. Here they come. And good morning there, people on the boat. So, all right, temperatures this morning. Mountain Home is 71 degrees currently. Harrison, 69. Batesville, 73 degrees. Yellville, 69. Marshall, 69. Salem, 70. Mountain View, 70. Calico Rock, 71. West Plains, Missouri, 69. Springfield, 69. Poplar Bluff, 71. And St. Louis is at 68. This morning, and look at that radar. Look at that radar there. As
it looks like most of it's starting to go up away from us. And
where are we?
Right there in the center, right there. Yep.
I was looking for the
that's
county.
That's covering the dot.
I know. I was like, where are we? And it's like, oh, there we are. We're in the middle right there. Well, guess what? The radar's correct.
Yeah, we've got the rain.
We've got the rain. But it looks like it's going to clear off here in a little bit. We'll get a break. So, no watches or warnings. That's always a good thing. And today, the high is going to be 77 degrees with showers. Chance of precipitation, 80%. I think we can probably up that to 100%.
Yeah.
And then tonight, it's going to be 65 degrees for the low. Showers, 90% chance of precipitation. Tomorrow, the high will be 77 degrees, 80% chance of showers, and possibly a thunderstorm. Chance of precipitation, 80%. I think I said that. Friday night, showers likely, and 60% chance, low of 64. And then that chance is going to decrease to 30%. Saturday, high of 81, mostly cloudy. And then a chance of thunderstorms later in the day, 50% chance of that. And then Saturday night, 30% chance of showers with a low of 64. Sunday, high of 81 with a chance of thunderstorms at 40%. Sunday night, 64 degrees for a low. 20% chance of thunderstorms. And then Monday, 82 degrees with a 30% chance of thunderstorms.
Rain, rain, rain.
Rain, rain, rain. We're probably getting our spring rain right now, don't you think? Pollen count today, the tree pollen is none. High grass pollen and no ragweed. Lake Norfolk is at 553.53 feet. Level is 1.53 feet above full pool of 552. And then Bull Shoals Lake is 656.46 feet. Level is 2.54 feet below full pool of 659. Norfolk Dam is not running any units, and Bull Shoals is running one at minimum flow.
I got a feeling that will change coming down the road with all this rain coming.
I think so too, so we'll have to watch that. And so now we're going to take
a break,
and we'll be back with community events, so don't go away.
Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all things glass, contact the professionals at Clear Results Glass in Mountain Home. Whether you're needing a rock chip repair or a full windshield replacement, Clear Results Glass can take care of all of your automotive glass needs with fast turnarounds at competitive prices. They service business and residential customers and can custom cut any glass or provide you with the right fit for your home windows, sliding doors, commercial glass, or even a frameless shower enclosure. Contact Clear Results Glass today for a quote or to schedule your next glass project. That's Clear Results Glass, located in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Hospice of the Ozarks, our purpose is you, not just your illness. We offer a compassionate plan of care that respects your dignity and honors your wishes with countless services and groundbreaking programs. We are committed to improving the quality of life for both you and your family. We provide care and support in the comfort of wherever you call home, but we also have the area's only hospice house when needed. As the only local not-for-profit hospice, we will never turn away a patient regardless of their ability to pay. Learn more at hospiceoftheozarks.org.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
You build more than projects. You build what communities rely on. When the job site runs on results, put Kubota to work. Backed by expert service and support from your local Kubota dealer. Right now, bring home select Kubota KX series with 0% financing available or save up to $4,800.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show. Well, it's time for community events. Brought to us by, go ahead, take it away.
Ozarks Farm and Lawn.
Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. Go ahead, throw that in too.
Dealership that deals. The dealership that deals.
See, I give you a platform. I give you a platform so that your talents can shine.
My talents. That's
And
my talents.
That is how you repay me. That is how.
I have to give you a hard time.
Yes, you do. You do. Of course. What would it be? What?
Yes, you would think I didn't like you if I didn't.
Well, would I? So yeah, Ozarks Farm and Lawn. They today's a good day to go check out their inventory because it's too wet to get out and do really any outdoor work. But they have got a massive inventory, as we always talk about. You can find their inventory at 4423 Highway 62 West here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. And you can go on their website, Ozarks Farm and Lawn, and check out all of their different deals and take a look at some of their equipment if you don't want to go over there in the rain. But they've got Kubota.
Kubota, New Holland.
Construction equipment, lawn equipment, farm equipment, anything you can imagine. And service. If you're needing service, now's the time to get that service work done.
They've got a very knowledgeable service center and a huge parts department.
Mm-hmm. So check all that out today. Tell them Scooter sent you.
You bet. They'll take care of you.
And so shall we dive right into what's happening in the community?
There you go.
I'm thinking. So the American Legion Alley White Post 52 is wrapping up their ticket sales for the 308 rifle that they are giving away on June 2nd. Tickets are $10, and you don't have to be present to win, so give them a call, 870-424-6277, if you haven't got your tickets yet, and all proceeds go to support local veterans and their families. Coming up on Saturday, June 6th, the annual North Central Board of Realtors Special Olympics Arkansas Fishing Derby is happening over at McCabe Park here in Mountain Home. Registration is at 8:30 and fishing begins at 9. It is open to people of all ages with special needs. The ponds are fully stocked. All the fishing poles and bait are provided. They're also providing free hot dogs, chips, drinks, and cookies for all the participants. And they're going to have prizes for everyone. It's going to be a great day out there. So if you need more information on that, give them a call at 870-405-8511 or 870-656-3865. And they will be happy to give you more information on that. The Ryan Mallett football camp is happening over at Bomber Stadium on Tuesday, June 9th. That's open to all students who are getting ready to go into kindergarten through the 8th grade. Registration and check-in begins at 8:15. The camp is from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and it is free to all participants. All participants need to bring cleats, water, and athletic wear. So check that out because that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Twin Lakes Playhouse is now selling tickets for their upcoming production of Hallelujah Girls, which is opening June 12th through June 28th, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Tickets are $15, and you can get those by calling 870-424-0444 or going to tlp.org. And this is a fun comedy play, and I have a small part in that, so check that out. Come see us over at Twin Lakes Playhouse. And then June 20th from 10 to 12 p.m. over at the Fred Berry Crooked Creek Nature Center. The call is sponsoring an event called Fishing for Fathers. It's open to any and all men who are interested in fostering or supporting foster care. If you're interested in learning more about adoption, fostering, or mentoring in the program, come out there for some fishing, food, and fellowship on that. And again, that's going to be over at the Fred Berry Crooked Creek Nature Center on June 20th. I don't have a phone number for more information, but you can contact the call if you want more information on that. And then coming up on July 4th in the Yellville Town Square, they are hosting a celebration for the 250th birthday of the country. They are going to have music, events, and a lot of fun there beginning at 6 p.m. Stay tuned for more details on that. That's going to be at the Yellville Town Square, so mark your calendars for that. And those are the upcoming events. We have some more coming up in September that we'll be talking more about closer we get to that. So, all right, we're going to take a break now, and we'll be back with our guest who's very excited to be here with us to share some information that she has. So don't go away. You're going to want to hear this next segment. We'll be right back.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as it would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite, climate-controlled, and air-filtered boarding facility in the area, with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
out.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the Mountain Home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Sleep Mart.
Welcome back to the morning show. I've got Lesley Twiner from Arkansas Game and Fish Commission here with me this morning, and she and I were just bonding that neither one of us are morning people, so we are here this morning on the morning show. So way to make it happen, Lesley. Welcome aboard the morning show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. We appreciate it. So you're going to talk with us this morning about the Stream Habitat Program, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And talk a little bit, first of all, about your role over at Arkansas Game and Fish.
Yeah, so my official title is the Northeast Arkansas Stream Habitat Coordinator.
Okay.
So I work for our Stream Habitat Program, like you said. So most of my work is in the northeast portion of the state, so I mainly work on the Spring, Strawberry, and 11 Point rivers.
Okay.
So basically, kind of a quick overview of our program. Our kind of main goal is we work with private landowners for things like stream bank stabilization and barrier removal. So really anytime a landowner has an issue with a stream or a river on their property, they can call us, and we can kind of give them advice on how to address that issue. We can help them give permits. We can kind of write up a plan for them and give them recommendations. So really our goal is to kind of partner with landowners to find a way where they can get the best use out of their land while also kind of preserving that resource.
Oh, okay. So this would be for landowners who actually have streams that run through their property then?
Yes, ma'am. Our people whose kind of backyards are up against a stream, so our trout habitat coordinator, who works kind of more locally in this area, works with a lot of people who have backyards, say, on the White River. She also works on the Little Red, but, who may have erosion issues kind of happening because of that proximity.
So what, in your role, what are some of the main issues that you see?
So I would say the two biggest issues we deal with are erosion, so land loss is a really, really big one. So we see these kind of vertical 90-foot cut banks. So, generally when you look at a stream, ideally what you want to see is kind of a really sloping bank with a lot of vegetation. What happens a lot, especially on agricultural land, where they're using that field or they may be mowing right up to a stream bank, again, you see these kind of really, really tall 90-foot banks with this really jagged edge. And that's a problem for a lot of reasons, but two big reasons. Number one, It makes landowners more susceptible to flooding.
Okay.
So you're going to have a lot more flooding issues with that. You're also going to lose land at a lot higher rate. So anytime that big flood comes, your stream bank's not protected, so it's going to be taking more of that land. So we see a lot of landowners with hay fields who are losing large amounts of land every year because of that problem. And then also it's going to be dumping a lot of sediment in the river. So sediment is actually the #1 source of pollution in our waterways in Arkansas. Yes, ma'am. So that's the biggest source of what we call point source pollution that we see within the state. So we lose a lot of good water quality, and too much sediment in a waterway can cause a lot of issues for water quality, for the critters in there, for things like trout, smallmouth bass, all the things we really like to fish for. They need clear water, right? And so when you get a lot of sediment, you get that really muddy, what we call turbid water.
Right.
So that can cause a lot of problems for the resource. So my role is to kind of, again, work with landowners to find solutions that can kind of help improve water quality while also preventing that land loss and preventing a lot of those issues that is caused to landowners.
I see. And do you actually go out and do an on-site assessment?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, all right. And tell me again the rivers that you yourself work with.
Yeah, so my main rivers are the Spring River, so the non-trout portion, so the warm water side of the Spring River, the 11-Point River, and the Strawberry River. We're working on a big grant for the 11-Point River, so that's been where most of my focus has been recently. But
now, where is that? I'm not familiar with
that. That is in northeast Arkansas, around the Pocahontas kind of area, so a little bit west of Jonesboro.
Okay.
Kind of between here and Jonesboro.
All right. And so, and what kind of grant? What's your work with the grant?
So we're currently working with the with NRCS, so the Natural Resource Conservation Service. So they kind of, on the federal side, also do a lot of work with private landowners, specifically farmers. So we are working with them to try to get a grant to do some stream bank stabilization work in the 11-Point River. So that would be specifically focused on an endangered species called the Ozark hellbender.
Okay.
So that is North America's largest salamander. So they're very, very large salamanders. They're pretty cool, but they are critically endangered in this area. And the 11-Point River has the last remaining population.
Really?
In Arkansas.
In Arkansas?
So there is a population, well, actually, the 11-Point River has the last remaining population in the world. Some of them are in Missouri, in the Mark Twain National Forest. They have a healthy population there. So our goal is to kind of make the Arkansas portion of the 11-Point River look a little bit more like that national forest land and create some good habitat so we can actually do some potential reintroductions for that species.
Excellent. Well, who knew about that? And what's the name of the salamander?
It's called the Ozark hellbender.
The Ozark hellbender. That, who knew that was a salamander? But that's pretty cool, though. Mm-hmm. So, like in this area, would you say that the streams in this area mirror the streams that you're working with in terms of the biggest issues that landowners face here in this area?
It's similar. It is a little different in terms of, so I would say the land use here is there's a lot more issues with increased development, and I think a lot more of the concerns in this area are going to be smaller landowners with things like erosion in their backyard, right? Mm-hmm. So people who buy riverfront property because, if you're moving here, you want to live on the river, right? You want to be able to see the river from your backyard, and that's great, but that can, if not, if you don't have a good, what we call a riparian buffer, which just means trees and shrubs and grasses near the bank, a lot of, that's a lot more like smaller landowners with things like concerns like their house being unstable, right? Or them losing backyard, Where I work in the 11 point, it's a lot more farmers and kind of agricultural. So I work with, in my area, a lot of cattle farmers, which is not quite as common around Mountain Home.
Right.
But in my area, yeah, we work with a lot of cattle farmers who have, really large portions of river. So, some of the landowners that I'm currently working with own like a mile of riverfront property on the 11 point that they use for hay fields and cattle fields. And obviously when you have large amounts of cattle grazing, there's some different considerations, right? And what I'm going to recommend to someone who has large amounts of cattle versus someone who's just kind of trying to protect their backyard.
What are some of the differences with cattle, with like cattle or hay versus someone just trying to protect like a backyard area or their house?
I would say the biggest difference is just working with, obviously these landowners are really concerned about having good watering sources for their cattle. Ideally, we would like that water source to not be the river itself, if at all possible.
Right.
So a lot of what I do is, for example, one thing we'll do is build ponds. We can also build fountains and different alternative watering sources for cattle. We also work fencing to build fencing around, and especially something that's similar in the 11 point and really all around Arkansas is we have what we call very flashy systems, which just means that water will come up really, really quickly and then go down really, really quickly, as compared to when you think of like a nice Rocky Mountain stream or river, right? Because we get, like today, a lot of big rainstorms that come in that are really seasonal. So one of the biggest concerns I have with landowners is, they put up fencing and then that fencing gets flooded. So things like electronic fences are something that a lot of landowners in Northeast Arkansas are really going towards, because while those can still get flooded, that's, you put up one stake and you put it in the ground versus miles and miles of barbed wire fencing.
Yes.
Another new technology that NRCS and us are looking into is actually they make collars for cattle, similar to like shock collars for dogs.
Right.
So that's something that some landowners are now utilizing because you don't have to have a fence at all.
Interesting.
So those collars individually are kind of expensive. So if you have a landowner with a large amount of cattle, that can be problematic. But for smaller landowners, that's something that we found a lot of success with. So it's kind of, the problem is the same, right? It's sediment in the river.
Right.
It's just, there's a lot more to consider when you have someone who's actively grazing cattle than you do with someone who's just trying to protect their backyard. There's just a couple extra considerations, I guess.
Interesting. Well, I think we can go ahead and take a break now, can we? Go ahead and take a break. We'll take a break, and then we'll be right back and talk with Lesley a little bit more, so don't go away.
Is introducing a new way to shop for a great night's sleep. Your Comfort Mattresses comes in 5 unique comfort levels from firm to soft, with cooling options to match your perfect sleep temperature. And no matter your price range, we'll help you find the perfect fit. Get deep, restorative sleep exclusively at Sleep Mart.
Our community, relationships matter. A handshake still means something. And neighbors look out for one another. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your biggest supporters because every dream, every first step, and every big moment deserves someone who's right there with you. Farmers and Merchants Bank, rooted in Arkansas, growing communities. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Lesley's in Gassville. Voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day. Or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday. 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Lesley's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Lesley's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Lesley's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Discover comfort and style at Sleep Mart. From reclining sofas and love seats to manual and power recliners, sleep and lift chairs, we've got it all. Choose from a variety of styles, colors, and fabrics. All made with pride in the USA. Come to Sleep Mart today where comfort meets savings.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm visiting with Lesley from Arkansas Game and Fish, and we are talking about stream habitat and something we were talking about when we were on break that I just learned that there's different kinds of barriers, right? And some things that are more recommended or conducive to being a barrier to erosion. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so, we were kind of talking about some of the things that we'll recommend to landowners, right? If we get a landowner that is having a lot of erosion on their property or has that cut bank, it's going to be kind of personalized to every landowner, but the biggest thing that we recommend, and to me the most important part of what I do, is implementing what we call riparian buffers. And that's just a big word for trees, shrubs, and grasses near a stream bank. That's really going to give you the most bang for your buck in terms of protecting your bank. So generally what we do is kind of twofold. So first we'll put what's called a rock vein, which is almost like a small weir, but it's at a 30-degree angle. It's a rock structure at a 30-degree angle into the stream. Okay. And what that will do is actually redirect flow away from a bank. So that's gonna protect that bank from getting hit really, really hard during a flood. So it basically is just a structure in the actual stream that, again, will just put that flow back out into the center of the channel instead of that flow hitting that bank and taking land. So that's kind of our first line of defense, especially if you have property that's on a bend or something like that that just gets really hit hard during floods. And one of the really great things about a rock vein versus something like what we call armoring, which is just putting rocks all down a bank and just kind of armoring and putting large rock directly on the bank, is twofold. One, a rock vein is going to create fish habitat. So we've had plenty of landowners tell us that they actually really like to fish off their veins because things like bass, walleye, trout, they really, really like that structure. So it's going to create good habitat for fish in the stream. And then it also allows us to actually plant that bank. So it's, number one, preventing the water from hitting the bank in the first place. And then number two, we can plant that riparian buffer. And those trees are really, really important for a lot of reasons. One, it's gonna create those really deep root structures. So right, when you think of like a big tree, if you've ever seen a big tree overtopped, and you see all those roots that come up with it. All those roots are growing into the ground and they're keeping that land with it. So those root structures, instead of just having that kind of protection right on the top with large rock, those root structures are actually going really, really deep into the ground. So you have a lot more stabilization from those deep root structures than you're going to have from just rock alone. They also act as buffers to pollution. So they play a really, really important role in keeping our waterways clean, because when you have rainwater, right, that rainwater is going to get soaked up by a lot of those roots before it actually goes into the river. So instead of it just falling straight into the river, and those roots are going to absorb a lot of things like nitrogen, phosphorus, a lot of those pollutants that cause a lot of problems in our waterways are actually going to get soaked up by those trees and by those grasses. So you're getting a lot less pollution in the river, and you're getting a bank that is a lot long-term more stable than you would have, and it's a lot more resilient to flooding. And again, it's going to absorb a lot more water too, so you're going to have a lot less flooding on your property. So especially if you are a homeowner, who's worried about the water coming up and getting to your house, a lot of vegetation is going to slow that water down and absorb a lot of it and make it a lot less likely that your house is going to get flooded in these big storms.
Interesting. So the rock vein, this may be a silly question, but the rock vein that you put actually in the river, when the river does flood, does that not get washed away, or is it just positioned to where it's redirecting and not going to get washed away with the flood waters?
No, that's a great question. So we key it in, is what we call it. So we will put it kind of into the actual bottom of the stream. So it's fairly deep into the river, and then we will also key it in about, usually it depends on the size of the vein, but about 20 feet into the actual bank. So the combination of those two things keep it really, really stable. So we've found even, we had, I think it was last year that we had a lot of really big flooding, especially around the spring and stuff. We found that our structures held really, really well, even in these 100-year floods.
Really? That's great. And just to reiterate or to clarify, if somebody's looking at doing something to their bank and they're, it's better to call you guys out to come and do an assessment and give a plan or help come up with a plan. Do you help actually do the work then?
It kind of depends. We do have, our trout habitat program, which is a little bit more local to actual mountain homes. So that's my colleague, Megan Brandt, which also, if you want to get in touch with us, you can Google Stream Habitat Program, Arkansas Game and Fish, and our website will come up, and all of our contact information for each coordinator. So there are 5 of us throughout the state. Will be on our website. But they do have programs where they will donate rock. And we have supervised projects before. We will not generally do the work ourselves. So whoever the landowner wants to hire contractor-wise, we can kind of make recommendations of contractors we worked for in the past, but ultimately the contractor would be totally up to the landowner.
Yep. So you would come out and do an assessment, and the assessment, is that free, or do they?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's a free assessment, and then whatever plan or recommendations, they would hire the work to be done, but you might help supervise.
Yes, ma'am. So if the landowner was interested in us kind of coming out and help supervising, make sure everything's done right, we can do that. We can also, we can help with the permitting process. We also will donate trees, so we will come out and plant trees for you at the end of your project. And like I said, our trout habitat program has a little bit more funding, so they will actually donate about 20 tons of rock per project that they will come haul for you.
So that's all great information. So if you're a landowner and you are concerned and you have rivers coming through your property, or you have some concerns about erosion or anything like that, go on. It's Arkansas Fish and Game, and then
it's the Stream Habitat Program.
Habitat Program, and give them a call, and they'll be happy to help you in that process.
Yep, absolutely.
So, and but I find the thing I was saying that I learned is that putting rock up against the bank is not. I would have thought that would have been really a good thing, but it's really better to have the plants and the vegetation for the root systems, which I had not thought about.
Yep, yeah. So we really, again, I think there's anything that I would say is like the most important part of my job. It's that riparian buffer. It's getting those trees near that stream bank. That's not to say that, putting rock can't give some protection. Obviously it's a very common practice that a lot of people use, but it's definitely not what we recommend. In our program, we will not donate rock to a project, and we will not work with a landowner unless they are willing to kind of plant that buffer. So
well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So, but rather than do it yourself and maybe make things worse, it's better to give you guys a call and let you come. And it's a free assessment, so you can't beat that.
Yep, and obviously everything we do is totally voluntary. If we come out and we do an assessment, we write you up a plan, and you decide that's absolutely not what you want to do,
right?
That's totally fine. It's all completely voluntary, and it's all, like you said, free of charge. But our goal is just to kind of help protect people's land and also help protect the resource. I think people generally really want to do right by the rivers. Sometimes they just don't have the information available.
Right. Absolutely. And I want to touch on something you said earlier. You said, do you actually help build ponds for people? That
we have in the past, yeah.
Really?
So it kind of so if we end up getting this grant in the 11-Point River, for example, that part of that funding could potentially go to things like building ponds and alternative watering sources. We've built ponds. We had a big project. We had about a $4 million America the Beautiful grant out in the Kings River, out in northwest Arkansas. So on War Eagle Creek, so we did a couple of dam removals and also some low water crossing removals. So that project, part of that project was building a couple ponds for cattle. So it's kind of dependent on whether or not we have funding, if we can pay for it. But if building a pond is something you're interested in doing, that's definitely something we can help with.
You can help with resources of some sort, maybe, just in terms of getting that done. And you said ideally, and I didn't think about this, but some people try to use the river as the water source for their cattle, and I can see where that could be problematic, maybe in the long term.
Yeah, so it's kind of causes two problems. One, it's going to contribute to erosion just because that cattle walking down the bank consistently.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then also, obviously, if you have cattle defecating in a river, that's going to kind of contribute to pollution issues. Also, them kind of stomping in the riverbank is gonna stir up sediment and can be a big disturbance to fish and aquatic communities. So, we understand that it can be difficult. You gotta water your cattle, right? At some point, and if the river is your resource, I definitely understand why people use it. But if we can kind of give people the tools to do something that has a little bit less impact on the resource, that's something we really like to look at.
Right, excellent. We have just about a couple of minutes left, so I want to know about you in terms of your career with Arkansas Game and Fish. How long have you been with them?
Been there for about a year now.
Are you from Arkansas originally? Or?
I'm originally from Baton Rouge. So I went to LSU for undergrad, and then
well, we can't talk about that. I'm sorry I even brought it up, but
my boss likes to make fun of me for it, but
I'm sorry. I thought we were bonding there for a minute, but not so much now.
But yeah, I did that. I did seasonal work, so kind of traveled all around the country, mostly kind of Rocky Mountain West. Did fisheries work around there, and then eventually just finished my master's last year at Clemson University. So I did some research on fish passage through culverts and road stream crossings.
Nice.
So that kind of got me into the habitat world. And we also, part of my job here is crossing removals. So yeah, I was looking for a permanent job at an agency, and this popped up, and
here you are.
And here I am in Mountain Home. So
and so I have to ask this, since you're living in Arkansas now, do you still root for LSU, or have we brought you over to the right side of things with the Razorbacks?
Being born and raised in Baton Rouge, I always root for LSU, but if LSU's not in the running, then Arkansas is my number 2.
Okay, see, I'm a little bit that way too with my Oklahoma teams and the Razorbacks. So, see, you can have more than one.
Yeah.
You can have more than one favorite team.
I was about to say LSU's doing pretty bad in baseball right now, so I'm rooting for the Razorbacks.
Yes, woo pig, woo pig.
Yep.
And I'm sure if you're like me, it's a little bit problematic when LSU and the Razorbacks are playing each other. That's a little problematic, but that's a story for another day, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So is there a better time of year or a busier time of year for you in your role?
I would say, so we don't do any projects during high water.
Okay.
So I would say our busiest time of year, we also do tree plantings. We try to do tree plantings in December and January. So that tends to be really, really busy. And then, yeah, the fall is when we'll generally be doing a lot of projects, and when the water's low and we can kind of evaluate stuff more. So during the summer is a little bit more of my slow season, and that's when I get to go help out other people with field work, which I like, and go do some fish sampling. And I'm on the dive team here, so we get to dive and look at critters. So the summer I get to be a little more flexible. But in terms of doing site visits and stuff, call us any time of year. We can come out and start working on stuff for you. But yeah, for projects and for tree planting, that's fall and winter.
All right. Well, Lesley, it's been a pleasure visiting with you. Thanks for being here this morning, and thanks all of you for joining us today. And get out there and have a great day in the Ozarks, and try to stay dry, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Thank you.